A quiet home can still be a quiet war. Most of us were taught to keep the peace. Smile, move on, don't make a thing. But keeping the peace usually just means we're paying it for later. In our health, in our closest relationships, in the version of ourselves we bring home at the end of the day. This isn't about being dramatic, it's about being honest. Most of us live in a state of performance. We're competent, we're efficient, we keep moving because we think that's what strength looks like. But there is a legacy debt being deducted from your life every single day. These are inherited patterns we didn't ask for. And if we don't look at them, we don't integrate them, we just pass them forward. When there's unresolved tension at home, that cold morning, that unspoken disagreement, your nervous system stays locked into the conflict all day. You might be at your desk, but part of you is still fighting a ghost. Think about it. You win the meeting, but you lose yourself at dinner at home. You're a visionary at work, but one trigger sentence at home and your body wants to run or fight. You read the same email 3 times and still miss the point because your system is too loud to focus. And over time, this becomes the normal life. Not because it's healthy, but because it's familiar. We've become comfortable with the level of internal noise that is quietly killing our creativity and our connections. Hi, my name is Szabó Tamás István, but you can call me Tamás. Or if that's a bit hard to pronunciate, you can just call me Tav. I'm a father, a singer, and an entrepreneur. And for the past 15 years, I worked with kids, young adults, families, leaders, and communities, exploring how we as humans try to connect and designing systems for sustainable relationships. The challenge is that what we carry doesn't stop on its own. It moves. And it usually moves up a ladder. It starts as silence, then it becomes tension, tension turns into disconnection, disconnection breeds resentment, and eventually resentment settles into a deep, heavy numbness. And that numbness doesn't stay in the living room. It moves into our work, it moves into our health, and eventually it moves into the next generation. These patterns travel through time until someone becomes aware enough to interrupt and integrate them. So if we don't look at them, we aren't peacekeepers. We're just passing the weight down the line, hopefully not adding extra to it. I remember standing in my kitchen with my mother. I'm a grown man, a business owner, a leader, planning to become a dad. But in that moment, I was shouting. I wanted to tell her I care. I wanted to tell her I want to connect. But the anger was still there, running the show. I felt heat in my chest, my jaw tightened, and I realized the grown up had left the room. I had jumped straight back into an old survival script. And I wanted to stop, but I couldn't. And I said, Anya, figyelj! Mom, listen! I'm angry. And I'm crying because I feel safe here. I want to get to the point where I can say what I need to say peacefully, with empathy, with composure. It was hard to accept. I could still lose myself like that. But that realization was the shift. My intention was love, but the code, the way I reacted, was still set in survival. Have you felt something like that? That moment when your heart wants to be kind, but your nervous system has already decided to fight or just run out of the room? This channel is about learning skills we were never taught. Therapy speak puts the work in a room most people won't enter. Motivational yelling creates a spike, then pressure dissolves it in hours. Quick fixes give you language, but without the structure underneath it. Here, we'll do something different. You'll learn how to stay present when the heat rises. It's understanding the language of your own body and using that information with wisdom. Most of us were never shown how to communicate without attacking or withdrawing. But these are skills, and skills are learnable. And when you learn them, you change the atmospheric pressure of your life. You change how safe people feel when they stand next to you. I can't not do this anymore. Because if I don't pass this on to my kid first, and to anyone willing to give the next generation a better chance, the patterns just move. After a long day, when you're sitting in your car for those extra 20 seconds or standing in the elevator, don't scroll. Just notice your body. Is your breath tight? Is your jaw locked? Are your shoulders up around your ears? And ask yourself one simple question. Am I arriving home as myself or as a tired, defensive version of me? Don't fix anything. Just notice it. That noticing alone creates space. Soften the tension by 5%. Then walk in. Then connect. And you don't have to fix the system. Just notice the state. In the next video, we're going to look at the blueprint, why your family is the template for every relationship you have now, and how to start seeing the lines. We'll take this one layer at a time. No rushing, no quick fixes, just learning how the human system actually works, step by step. See you in the next one. God bless.